Bruce Lee was not only a martial artist but also a philosopher. His greatest strength was not just in his fists, but in his mind. For Bruce, fighting was only one expression of life. His true mission was to understand himself and break free from all limitations. He often said, "Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water." This idea became the foundation of his way of thinking. To him, life was not about rigid systems or copying others, but about adaptability, growth, and authenticity. Bruce rejected traditional limits. When martial arts schools insisted that styles must stay pure, he refused. He believed styles were cages, trapping creativity. Instead, he created Jeet Kune Do, a philosophy that embraced freedom, simplicity, and efficiency. He taught that knowledge should flow like water, taking the shape of every situation, never fixed. His way of thinking went beyond martial arts. In life, Bruce believed in self-mastery, discipline, and constant learning. He wrote daily, reflecting on his thoughts, goals, and weaknesses. To him, the greatest battle was not with an opponent, but with the self. Bruce Lee's way of thinking was about breaking barriers, mental, physical, and cultural. That's why his influence spread across the world. He inspired people not just to fight, but to think differently, to challenge norms, and to live with purpose. His mind was his sharpest weapon, and his philosophy still guides millions today. Be water, stay true to yourself, and never let limits define you. Bruce Lee's genius was not just in how fast he could punch or how high he could kick. His true greatness was in the way he thought. For Bruce, the mind was the master, and the body was its servant. He believed that before conquering others, one must conquer the self. From a young age, Bruce was surrounded by challenges. He faced racism in Hollywood, rejection in the film industry, and even resistance from traditional martial arts masters. Most people would have given up, but Bruce saw these obstacles differently. He didn't see failure as defeat, he saw it as feedback, a lesson pointing him toward improvement. His way of thinking was deeply rooted in adaptability. The famous "be water" philosophy meant more than just flexibility in fighting, it was a life lesson. Water can crash, it can flow, it can adapt to any shape. That's how Bruce approached everything. If doors were closed, he found another way. If opportunities didn't exist, he created them. Bruce also believed in living truthfully. He often said, "Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself." For him, imitation was a form of weakness. He urged his students not to copy him but to discover their own path. That's why Jeet Kune Do wasn't just a martial art, it was a philosophy of freedom, stripping away the unnecessary and keeping only what worked. Another key element of his way of thinking was discipline and focus. Bruce treated his mind like a muscle, training it through reading, writing,